In question 10, we were given a diagram which shows the position of a yacht, Y, a ship, S, and a beacon. And remember, with bearings, degrees, the bearings are always taken from the north. That's how they work. So the first one that they ask us to do is find the bearing of Y from B. So what that essentially means is if we were to, oh, that's a rubbish straight line, isn't it? So if we were to draw a straight north line up like that, what would that angle essentially be there? Now, what we do know is that the bearing of B from Y, so the bearing of this from Y, so essentially this one here is 228. So the way that we work this out is using Z angles. And what Z angles tell us is that if this line is parallel to this line, then this angle, just this bit here, will be the same as this one here. Well, we know that this whole angle is 228. We also know if we were to continue this down like that, that would be 180 degrees. So therefore this angle will be equal to 228 minus 180, and therefore by default this angle, because of Z angles, this angle here would also be this angle here. So therefore what that tells us is that using Z angles, 228 minus 180 gives us 48. Therefore using Z angles, the answer is also for that 48 degrees. Oh, sorry, we don't need the degree sign, we've already got it there. So the next part, it says find the bearing, it says that the bearing of S from Y is 118 degrees. So what it's basically saying is that the bearing of S from Y, so this one here, so this here is 118 degrees. And what it's asking us to work out is the size of angle BYS. So it's saying, remember when we say it like that, BYS is the middle angle it's talking about. So it's actually saying, what is this whole angle here? Well, that angle, that whole angle there, we know what this one here is. This is 48. So this whole angle is going to be 48 plus that. Well, what is that bit? We don't know, but again, we know that all of this is 180. We know that this is 118, therefore this bit here will be 180 minus 118. So therefore, stick to black, 180 minus 118 will give us 62 degrees. So what we now know is that this bit here is 62, this bit here is 48, so that means that middle angle, if we add that to the 48 degrees, we're going to get our answer of 110. Now if we go on to the next part, it says, given also that BY is the same length as SY, find the bearing of S from B. Now I'm going to talk through, let me just draw it here so I don't have to keep flicking back. So again, what do we have? We have that north, and then we have something like that. Sorry, it's not brilliantly drawn, but I think you'll get the idea, and that's Y there. So what it's saying is, if BY, so that length there, is the same as SY, same as that length there, it's saying find the bearing of S from B. So again, we're trying to find the bearing from S from B. So the way we do that, we draw the north line. S is in this plane here. So essentially it's saying find this angle there, i.e. what is the angle of S from B, taking B from the north. Now again, we've worked out this angle already in the previous question. So what we now need to do is work out what this angle is. Well, if we look at this triangle, because this length is the same as that length, we know it's an isosceles triangle. So actually what we've got is an isosceles triangle. So that equals that. This angle we've actually worked out, because we worked out in the previous question that that was in fact 110. So we know now that this one here is 110. What that therefore tells us is, because this is an isosceles triangle, the angles in any triangle have to add up to 180, but because this is the same as that, we know that these two will be equal. So that means then that 180 minus 110 gives us 70. Divide that by 2 to give us each of these angles, and that gives us 35. And again, remember, this is the bit we've just worked out as 35. This bit, the blue bit, we already knew from a previous question using the Z angles, if you remember. This bit here was in fact 48. So that means the 35 plus the 48 will give us our answer of 83 degrees.